We have to prepare ourselves for the possibility of watching Jake date somebody that's not Amy. If you haven't seen this week's episode of Doc, save this and come back to it. Otherwise, settle in. We have a lot to talk about. I wasn't expecting to feel as triggered and just emotionally at this episode. Part of it having to do with the guest stars of the week, but more so having to do with the case between the couple and everything going on with their relationship with food and their own internal dynamics. And it was just so hard to watch. Not because they weren't doing a great job, but because you know that experience is painful. You know that experience is authentic. You know that that has happened to so many people, even more so now because of Ozempic. Obviously, we're only touching the teeniest, tiniest microscopic bit of that experience and the medication and the side of things with this episode. But having those moments where you just know what that looks like in some kind of capacity was very heartbreaking and maybe a little bit triggering for me. I'll have to journal on it. I do feel like they've done such a good job at nailing how the cases of the week are really emotionally growing our characters without it always being some insane level of drama. I haven't watched a medical show since Grey's Anatomy 15 years ago, and kind of coming back into this world, I love that we're getting a touch of what's actually real and it's not so overly dramatic. Did I have a moment when I saw the preview thinking this HR girl deserves to be fired? 100%. I don't love that we're going down that route, and I'm not looking forward to seeing how that kind of journey unfolds. Talked about in other episodes, I lost my father to suicide, so that topic is always very sensitive for me. But I do feel like this is a show where it's a really good opportunity to see yourself from the inside out. It's a really good opportunity to see the complexities and the things that we don't recognize that we're dismissing in conversation with our children, with our family, with other people in our world. There's a lot of just, you see things in a way that is probably so normalized for you, but when you're watching it on a bigger screen, it suddenly becomes oh my gosh, I didn't realize maybe I was doing this. I love the show. I'm glad that we got to see Jake's past family because I know that everybody's been looking forward to seeing that. I feel like they're doing such a good job at pacing this story, especially given that it is a 22 episode season and we're getting something moving forward every week. There's something actually happening. There's an emotional growth. There's an experience that we're living in. There's something that's actually moving forward the story, but also moving forward the character development. And I'm really appreciating that journey. There's a 2-week episode break before we get the next one, so it's a good time to kind of catch up. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part of this week's episode was, what you're looking forward to seeing, what you're loving. Were you as terrified as I was when we had that girl on screen? Because I'm really not over it. I think SWAT kind of just gave me horrific vibes, and sure, she's lovely, but I'm still traumatized from that version of it, and I don't know if I can do round 2.